You may put your hand down. In your case, CR 20-01-466D, Isaac Vasquez Guerra, your charge here is a Class B misdemeanor, possession of marijuana, which carries a potential penalty of up to 180 days in jail and not more than a $2,000 fine upon conviction. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you're entitled to a jury trial, you're entitled to an appeal. Did you waive those two rights?
Yeah.
Have you ever been declared mentally incompetent?
No, sir.
You understand that the court does not have to follow the recommendation when you give your plea?
Yes, sir.
And what is your plea, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
All right, state.
State offers plea documents and offense report as State Exhibit 1, notification and certification of defendant's right of appeal as State Exhibit 2, waiver of Article 39.14 disclosure as State Exhibit 3, and waiver of risk needs assessment as State Exhibit 4. State would also request defense counsel stipulate to the venue and jurisdiction of this honorable court and that all documents and evidence that have been e-filed are sufficient to corroborate a plea of guilty.
No objection, and so stipulate to all the state's requests.
All right, without objection, so admitted. It'll be the judgment of the court that the finding of guilty and all further proceedings are hereby deferred in CR 20-01-466D in the case of State versus Isaac Vasquez Guerra. Recommendation, State?
The state recommends a $300 fine plus court costs, 5 months deferred adjudication, and drug education classes.
All right, and what was the amount of the fine again?
$300?
Did you say 200?
300.
300, okay. Yes, sir, Mr. Ramirez. Is that the understanding, sir?
Yeah, if we can help him with the either the fine or the court costs, that way he only has one fee.
One, okay. All right, we'll make it $100 plus court costs. All right, so that'll be the judgment. And Mr. Guerra, you may be excused. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. What do you have next? It'll be Villasana? Villasana, is it? I'm looking for. There it
Blue
is.
shirt.
With blue, wearing the blue, right, sir? Mr. Ruben Villasana, right there. Can you hear me, Mr. Villasana? Can you hear me?
Ruben, can you hear us?
I don't think he's got.
Does he say
Audio.
something? Ruben, say something.
Good morning, Ruben.
I can't hear. I can't hear it.
Okay,
Oh.
we can hear you. We can hear you. But you cannot hear me?
Let me.
All right, we hear you, Ruben, but apparently you cannot hear us. What else? Maybe he ought to log out and come back in again. Either would that be a good advice? So
Ruben. Yeah, let me have the assistant.
call him to get out and come back in again.
We have Mr. Basan there too.
Okay. Either we're gonna have Mr. Villasana log out and come back again. Let's give it a try.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Nunez,
call him up and tell him that, please. So the next one we have here is Mr. All right, let's see here.
Gray shirt, what's your name? Unmute yourself.
Emmanuel.
Okay, that's Emmanuel.
Nunez, right, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good morning. How you doing?
Morning, sir.
All right. Please raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
You may put your hand down. CR 19-04-282D, Emmanuel de Leon Nunez. Your charge here is a Class A misdemeanor of possession. It carries a potential penalty of up to a year in jail and not more than a $4,000 fine upon conviction. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that you're entitled to a jury trial. You're entitled to an appeal. Did you waive
Okay,
those
let
two
me try
rights?
it. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Yes.
Have you ever been declared mentally incompetent?
No, Your Honor.
You understand that the court does not have to follow the recommendation when you give your plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is your plea, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you very much. And state evidence?
The state offers plea documents and offense report as State Exhibit 1, notification and certification of defendant's right of appeal as State Exhibit 2, waiver of Article 39.14, disclosure as State Exhibit 3, and waiver of risk and needs assessment as State Exhibit 4. State would also request defense counsel stipulate to the venue and jurisdiction of this honorable court and that all documents and evidence that have been e-filed are sufficient to corroborate a plea of guilty.
No objections, so stipulate to all the state's requests.
And without objection, so admitted. Is this another deferred or no deferred, sir?
It's deferred with one dismissal.
Oh, okay. It'll be the judgment of the court. Without objection, so admitted. It'll be the judgment of the court that the finding of guilty and all further proceedings are hereby deferred in CR 1904-282D in the case of Emmanuel de Leon Nunez. And so therefore the recommendation state.
The state recommends a $300 fine plus court cost, 6 months deferred adjudication, and drug education classes.
All right. Yes, sir. Mr. Ramirez.
Okay, it was our understanding that it was 5 months deferred adjudication. And with that plea, CR number -19-04281-D was going to be dismissed.
All right. We can make it 5 months probation period. And then the fine can be $200 with a dismissal on, what was the number again on dismissal? I think it's state, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's CR 19-04281-D.
Yes, sir.
All right. That is hereby also order dismissed. All right, Mr. Nunez, you're excused, sir. Thank you very much.
I could hear.
All right, sir. We'll see. Thank you. How about Mr. Villasana? Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir. Now I could hear you, sir.
Oh, okay. Welcome
I was
back,
having
man.
problems. I was trying to work with everything. I don't know what was going on.
You were trying too hard, man. It's just a matter of a button, push or pull button. That's what it is.
Thank you.
But anyway, let me get your case here. Number nine. All right, number 9. It'll be CR 20-02-171D, Ruben Andres Villasana. Please raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
You may put your hand down. Your charge here, POM, Class B misdemeanor. It carries a potential penalty of up to 180 days in jail and not more than a $2,000 fine upon conviction. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you're entitled to a jury trial. You're entitled to an appeal. Did you waive those 2 rights?
Yes, sir. I did.
Have you ever been declared mentally incompetent?
No, sir.
You understand that the court does not have to follow the recommendation when you give your plea?
Yes, sir.
And what is your plea, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, sir.
And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
All right. State's evidence?
The state offers plea documents and offense report of State Exhibit 1, notification and certification of defendant's right of appeal, State Exhibit 2, waiver of Article 39.14, disclosure of State Exhibit 3, and waiver risk needs assessment of State Exhibit 4. State would also request defense counsel stipulate to the venue and jurisdiction of this honorable court and that all documents and evidence that have been e-filed are sufficient to corroborate a plea of guilty.
No objections, and so stipulate to all the state's requests.
All right. And is this also another deferred adjudication, sir?
That's correct.
All right. Without objection, so admitted. It'll be the judgment of the court that the finding of guilty and all further proceedings are hereby deferred in the case of State versus Ruben Villasana, CR 20-02-171D. State recommendation, please.
The state recommends a $200 fine plus court costs and 4 months deferred adjudication and life skill classes.
It'll be the life skills. All right. Is that the understanding, Mr. Ramirez?
That's correct, Your Honor. The only thing I request is we can help them out with half of the fine.
All right. We can make it 100. And that'll be the judgment as read on the record by the state. Anything else, sir?
That's all, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Villasana, you may be excused. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
May I be excused?
Yes, sir. Don't you have another one?
Was dismissed.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's it. You may be excused. Thank you, sir.
I think you guys have a good day.
All right. Have a good day. Let's see what you have. There's Armando Marroquin and Rafael and Frank Guerra. One. Okay. All right. There's Mr. Guerra right there. Okay. He's Mr. Marroquin is there. And
Good morning, Judge.
hey, good morning. All right. Which you want? Who's been next? Mr. Marroquin. Is your client? I'm looking for your client, Mr. Marroquin.
Is it Zito Moreno, Judge?
Is it Zita Moreno?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. I want to know if is that her right there? Do you see her on the screen? Yes, it is. She raised up her
Yeah,
hand.
she needs to unmute.
All right. You need to unmute, Miss Moreno.
Yes, good morning. Sorry about that.
All right. Good morning, ma'am. How you doing? Okay. Let's see here. CR 18-123-75D. Zita Perez Moreno. Your charge here is a DWI case, Class B misdemeanor. It carries a potential. This will be a PTD?
That's correct, Judge.
All right, PTD, very good. Your case carries a potential penalty of up to 180 days in jail and not more than a $2,000 fine upon conviction. You understand that, ma'am?
Yes, sir, I do.
You understand that you're entitled to a jury trial, you're entitled to an appeal, and that you waived those two rights?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever been declared mentally incompetent?
No, sir.
You understand that the court does not have to follow the recommendation after you give your plea?
Yes, sir.
And what is your plea, ma'am? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
All right, state.
I'm sorry?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we need the evidence on Zita Moreno.
Yes, state offers plea documents and offense report as State Exhibit 1, notification and certification of defendant's right of appeal as State Exhibit 2, waiver of Article 39.14 disclosure as State Exhibit 3, waiver of risk and needs assessment as State Exhibit 4, PTD PAC as State Exhibit 5. State would also request defense counsel stipulate to the venue and jurisdiction of this honorable court and that all documents and evidence that have been e-filed are sufficient to corroborate a plea guilty.
Your Honor, we have no objections, so agreed and stipulated.
And without objection, so admitted. However, at this time, the court will withhold any finding of guilt or innocence and will suspend any judgment whatsoever and will now turn to the PTD packet, which has already been signed by all the parties involved here, including the court. And all we ask here, Ms. Moreno, is just follow the terms and conditions of this program, and we'll see you here. Do we have a date?
Is this,
Judge, if I may, Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
the only small thing, and I don't know if the court's okay with her just visiting with probation on this.
Sure.
Every once in a while, her employment requires her to leave the area.
Yeah.
But as long as she can visit with probation,
Just let probation know.
Thank you,
let
Judge.
probation know. I just want to know when we're coming back.
March 3rd?
It'll be March 3rd.
For status.
It'll be March 3rd, 2021 for status.
Thank you, Judge.
What time, 9 o'clock or? It'll be 9 o'clock. I put here, March 3rd, 2021, status 9 o'clock. So once again, Ms. Moreno, we just ask that you follow the terms and conditions and we'll see you on that day for a status report. Okay, ma'am?
Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
You may be excused. Thank you very much. Mr. Motokin, you may be excused. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. And I want to commend you on your background. That looks very nice.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks to a designer that I have here next to me who did it for me.
Well, my compliments. You all be safe. Have a great day.
All right. Thank you very much. You too, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Mr. Frank Guerra, right, sir? Can you hear me? You need to
There you go.
Can you hear me, sir?
No.
You need to unmute, Mr. Guerra.
Oh, good morning, Judge. I
Oh,
apologize.
there you go. Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Good, Judge. Frank Guerra on behalf of Aldo Guerrero, Your Honor, State of Texas versus Aldo Guerrero, cause number CR 14867D, Judge.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. And we're here for what? For a motion to remove?
Well, Your Honor, Mr. Guerrero was placed on pretrial diversion. My understanding is that he's had no issues. We're kindly asking the court to consider removing the monitoring device requirement, Judge.
Uh-huh.
It's a financial burden on him. He's had no infractions. So we're kindly asking the court to do that for him.
Okay, first of all, did you tell me that he's on PTD right now?
Yes, Judge.
Oh, he's on pretrial diversion. Okay. Miss Ramirez.
Judge, he has been on the program for 6 months. There's no violations, but it's a mandatory condition on the pretrial diversion program, Judge.
Uh-huh.
And he's only been on 6 months.
Okay, only 6 months. And so he's got what, at least 6 more months so we can find out what's going on here, right?
Right.
The program is for 2 years, but if you behave tremendously well for 1 year, I think the case can be dismissed, something like that. But it's mandatory here. That's part of the agreement, right? The state made.
Yes, Judge.
State. Let me hear what Ms. Beltran's got to say about this one.
Yes, so the defendant agreed to this part of the PTD program when he signed to it. And yes, it's for 2 years, but he could get a dismissal in 1 year if everything goes well. So it's just part of the program, Your Honor.
Okay. See, Mr. Guerra, I don't think I can do it. However, I will ask Ms. Ramirez to look into his case, and if there's anything else we can help him with, on anything else, she'll tell me and we'll do it. I
Okay,
mean,
Judge,
if
the
it's
only
any,
other thing is possibly reducing probation fees, Judge, but there's nothing
how,
else. I mean, he's already paid everything else.
right, how much are the fees right now?
It's $60 a month.
And can we make it like what, $15?
Judge, whatever you would
Yeah,
agree
like
to, that's fine.
$15 just to help him with anything we can, because he's doing good anyway.
we
He's
Yes,
doing
appreciate,
Judge.
really good. So that's good news. That's good news that he's doing real good. And by golly, he only needs about 6 more months, and I think we'll be through with this program.
thank
But let's
you.
reduce the fees. Let's help him out in another way.
Okay, Judge.
We appreciate
Okay.
Will
that.
do.
All right. You
All right.
thank you all very much.
Maybe
You all
just-
made big excuse.
Thank you.
Stay safe. Uh-huh.
Okay, we're supposed to have a victim.
Okay.
On number 10.
Number 10. Okay. Sunny Palacios, is he on right now? Somebody?
Let's call it everybody.
Okay.
We're supposed to have victim testimony.
Okay, state.
Yes, sir.
I have Luis Carrizales Zapata, CR 20-03-694D. I understand we're supposed to hear some victim testimony.
Yes, since it's been a quarantine time, usually the defense attorney is kind of in charge of getting the victim on the Zoom meeting. They were notified about it today.
Okay, so what are we doing now?
Nobody's on.
Judge,
Yeah,
and for-
nobody's.
Judge, and for the record, I received a call from Mr. Sonny Palacios' office this morning that Mr. Palacios is currently in another Zoom hearing in the 464th,
Okay.
that he will hopefully log in another 10 to 15 minutes. The assistant also indicated that they were trying to reach the victim, however, are having difficulty this morning getting her on. So
Okay.
that's the information I have so far from his office.
Okay. Do we have the name of the victim?
Yes, her name is Flor Verdi.
I'm sorry, Flor what?
Verdi, Verdi.
Verdin. Okay. All right, then we'll hold on a little while. And who do we have next?
That's it.
So that's it for right now. For at least for the 9 o'clock docket. And okay, you want to take a recess for what?
That's it for right now. Docket, that's it for right now. 9 o'clock.
And we're coming back with the
Docket is,
all
9
right.
o'clock is over.
9 o'clock docket is considered over for right now. We'll see you back then, like here again on oh, that'll do it.